Prehistory people discover a pile of dung on the road. They immediately call the chieftain. He touches a little and smells it. Then he becomes so eager. He distributes the dung to his people. They cover their faces and bodies with it. After well preparing, they crawl on the grass. There is a herd of bison eating grass by the edge. Shouting out loud, they are all rushing toward the herd. The animals are frightened, run away, and fall into the brink. These people will have enough food to eat and save during the winter. However, a giant bison is running with anger. It is running to Keita, the son of the chieftain. Lack of experience, Keita is tossed straight to the brink. He hits the rocky slope so hard. The others think that Keita cannot survive after the accident. Even if he is still alive, the distance is so high. There is no way to save him. They comfort the chieftain and return home. As soon as they are gone, a vulture comes down and pecks Keita. He wakes up and finds himself stuck on a stiff rocky slope. He tries to climb down slowly, but his hands slip. He is hung on the air. A while later, he is out of energy. Accidentally, there is a sound of thunder, and it is followed by a heavy rain. Keita sees the bottom covered by water. He drops his body down. After waking up, he knows his ankle is injured. He uses 2 stones to stabilize the leg. Then he twists it. A painful sound indicates that his ankle is no longer dislocated. He has to eat a worm to ease the hunger temporarily. He could not think about the way home, because he is targeted by 2 hungry wolves. He quickly climbs on a dead tree nearby. One of them bites his leg. He stabs it with a stone knife. The night falls and the wolves are still under the tree. In the next morning, the wolves leave. However, the injured one is still lying there dying. Keita comes forward to it. He raises the stick up, but he cannot kill it when he sees its eyes. He uses a cloth to tie the mouth of the wounded wolf. This is a handful of fly larvae. He puts them on the wound of the wolf. Because the larvae can eat the rotten flesh, they can heal the wound faster. He also puts some other larvae in front of the wolf. It does not know what to do. After seeing him put them in his mouth, it starts to eat the larvae. His name is Keita. A few days ago, he was tossed by a bison and fell to the edge in a hunt. Now, he has to find a way home before the winter comes. That's his only chance to live. After leaving, he swiftly realizes that the wild wolf is following him. No way he can drive it away. Keita picks a branch and throws to it, but the wolf bites the branch and keeps following him. It looks like the wolf wants him to follow it. It and Keita go to the mountainside. There are 3 wild pigs eating. The wolf immediately rushes to chase the pigs, leads them to Keita. The wolf actually wants to work with him. Keita cannot kill the pigs nevertheless. Therefore, it turns around and gives him a scornful look. That night, the wolf tries to sleep with Keita many times, but he always drives it away. He does it because he is afraid of being attacked by its instinct. Next morning, Keita wakes up and finds the wolf by his side. He rubs its fur. They all are smelling terrible. Keita finds a lake. They both jump down for a bath. During the time in the water, Keita knows there are many fish here. Although he does not have a method to catch them, the wolf rapidly jumps down and catch one. Knowing that the wolf can help him survive, Keita decided to let it follow him. He names it Alpha. The winter has arrived finally, and Keita has not been able to get back to his tribe before the snow starts falling. However, he and Alpha now are an amazing team. That night, Alpha suddenly wakes up. They discover there are blue eyes glistening in the dark not far from them. Keita holds his weapon and prepares to fight against the animal. But Alpha moves forward. It rubs its head to the others. Afterwards, the black wolf leaves. It turns out to be Alpha's family. Keita nods his head, indicating that Alpha should go. Then, Alpha disappears into the night. As soon as Alpha is gone, Keita gets a big trouble. That day, Keita is running to hide from the blizzard. He does not notice that the ice is very thin. He hasn't run far before falling into an ice hole. He is struggling to get out. A familiar silhouette comes up on the ice. It is Alpha. It is chasing him with concern. It jumps up and down to break the ice. Eventually, the ice is broken and Keita gets out of it. Alpha bites his sleeve, trying to pull him out of the hole. It licks his frozen face repeatedly. Keita then makes a bonfire. He takes the clothes off and lies down in the snow. He is luckily saved from this deadly accident. Afterwards, a tent suddenly appears. Keita happily runs for help, but he discovered that the person sitting by the tent is actually frozen, and he is now an ice statue. He takes the bow from the dead man before leaving. Keita and his wolf keeps walking to find the way home. They haven't gone for long before the sound of the hyenas appears in the snow winds. If these animals catch them, they will not survive. Keita and Alpha run with their highest speed. They hide in a cave. Watching the hyenas run across the cave, Keita feels released. But Alpha is aggressively growling with caution. A heavy breath comes out, and then a black leopard turns up. Alpha bravely covers for Keita, but it is easily dominated by the leopard due to its small size. Keita is holding the arrow in his hand. He is holding the breath to target precisely. He ultimately shoots it down. Alpha slowly steps from the back of the leopard. Making sure that Keita is safe, it falls on the snow ground. After a long journey together, now Keita and Alpha has become best friends and close partners. He embraces Alpha and goes home. When they are almost hopeless, they see some tents in front of them. They finally come home. The chieftain meets his son who was assumed to be dead. He happily bursts into tears. They come inside the tent. Kada is now warmed by the family atmosphere. The tribal healer finds something different in Alpha. It turns out to be pregnant, and then gives birth to a puppy. The annual hunting day has come. The hunter holding their weapons appear in the sun. But this time, every person has a wolf to accompany with. Perhaps Alpha was the first wolf that was tamed by human 20,000 years ago. On a long way home, the trust between humans and wolves has created a deep relationship between the two species for generations. Until now, dogs are always the most loyal friends of human. They show their loyalty regardless of anything else. They only know that if you save them once, they will be grateful for you all their life. That is the end of this movie. Thank you and goodbye.